well. Okay? As you can see, ang corresponding parts, the same ng measurement to the other triangle, right? Mas madaling i-identify. Since pare-parehas sila ng measurement, we don't need to get the ratio of its corresponding parts kasi parehas na sila ng measurement. Okay, we can already say that these two triangles are congruent because of the measurement of the given side of the triangle. At kapag ganito ang measurement ni triangle, meron siyang symbol which is the equal on the side. Okay, kapag pare-parehas yung measurement, mas madaling i-identify because of the symbol that we could put in the triangle that is given, identifying that the sides are congruent to the other triangle that we have. Okay, so you can only use the proportion kapag hindi pare-parehas yung measurement ni triangle. Okay, now with the SSS side theorem, so let's proceed with the other theorem that we have. Okay. So the next theorem that we have includes the angles. So kung kanina, it's only talk about the sides. Now we'll be having angle. So the angle between two sides. And we call this theorem or postulate as SAS, which is the side, angle, and side. Ibig sabihin, si angle should be in between the two sides which is congruent to the other corresponding side of the triangle. Dapat nasa gitna si angle ng dalawang sides. Hindi pwedeng, it's not, will be the same kapag nandito si angle at etong dalawang side are congruent. Okay? That's not the same with the SAS. So if two sides and the included angle of one triangle are congruent, the two sides and the included angle of another triangle, then the two triangles are congruent. Okay, so for example, we have this given triangle, triangle ABC and triangle DEF. Okay, since walang measurement na binigay when it comes to the side of the triangle and when it comes to the angle, meron lang siyang symbol na in-identify for us to prove that the two triangles are equal kahit walang measurement since merong symbol na in-identify that the sides and the angles are congruent. So angle or side AB is congruent to side DE kahit walang measurement na given sa triangle that we have here on the screen. Because of the symbol, we can say or we can prove that these two triangles are congruent. And then side AC is congruent to side DF. And the angle A is congruent to our angle D. But what will happen or anong gagawin natin kung walang identification of the symbol that they are congruent? The same with the side, side, side. Paano kung magkakaiba ang measurement ni angle at magkaiba rin ang measurement ni side? What are we going to do or how we can prove that the two triangles are equal using the side angle side theorem? So for example, we have this triangle. Okay. So two pairs of proportional sides and congruent angles between them. So let's say we have a triangle GHI and triangle JLK. So say the measurement of GH is 5, LK is 7.5. since these two sides of the triangle are corresponding, the same of what we did to the side, we need to solve for the proportion of the side GH and the side LK. So side GH measures 5, divide by 7.5, which is equal to 0.66. So yan ang proportion between side GH and side LK. So let's say the measurement of the other side or the angle measures 70 degrees. So since the same ng measurement ni angle, so no need to get the proportion of the two angles that we have. Okay. But the measurement of the side HI is equal to 7 and the measurement of side JK is equal to 10.5. So let's see if we have the same proportion, which is equal to 0.66. So side HI corresponding to side JK, which is 7, divide 10.5. The proportion of these two corresponding sides is equal to 0.66. So since same ang proportion ng two corresponding sides that we have, so ang triangle GHI is congruent to triangle JLK. Okay? So that is what you're going to do to identify or to prove that the two given triangles are congruent. So ito parehas pa ang measurement ni angle. So, mas madali pa. But what if the measurement of the angle is not the same? For example, we have this triangle. Say this is triangle BCD. And we have triangle For example, this is the two triangles that we have. Say that side BC is measures 13 centimeter. Side BD measures 17 centimeter. And the angle B measures 36 degrees. Side HI This measures 19.5 centimeter. HI measures 6.5. Natin. 19.5. This is 22. Ano ba? 13.64 centimeter. We have angle H, which is equal to 54. Let's say this is measures to 54.5 degrees. Okay, so for example, those are the measurement of the triangle that we have. Triangle BCD has a measurement for the side BC, which is equal to 13 centimeter. Side BD measures 9 centimeter and angle B measures 36 degrees. For triangle HIJ, side HI is equal to 19.5 centimeter and side HJ is equal to 13.64 centimeter and angle H, which is equal to 54.5 degrees. So given that we have two sides and an angle, so this theorem or postulates will apply to SAS. So to prove that SAS, using SAS, these two triangles that we have are congruent, we need to have or to identify the proportion of the given corresponding parts of the side of the triangle and the angle corresponding to the other angle of our triangle. So we have side CV. Side CB is corresponding to side HI. So side CB divide by the corresponding side HI, which is equal to 13 centimeter divided by 19.5 centimeter. The proportion of the two corresponding parts is equal to 13 divided 19.5, which is equal to 0.66. Repeated decimal. So that's the proportion between side CB and side HI. So let's identify kung si side BD, it will be having the same proportion with the side CB and HI that we have. So side BD corresponding to side HI which is equal to 9 centimeter divided by 13.64 centimeter. So 9 divide 13.64, which is equal to 0.66. So we have the same ratio to the side of our triangle. Problema na lang natin is si angle. Kung we will be having the same proportion also when it comes to the angle given. Angle B is proportion to angle H. Angle B measures 36 degrees. Divide by the measurement of angle H, which is equal to 54.5. So 36 divide 54.5, which is also equal to 0.66. So they have the same proportion between the side, two corresponding side, and the corresponding angles that we have. So angle or triangle BCD is congruent to triangle HIJ. So we have proved that these two triangles are congruent. Okay, now with the SAS postulate or SAS theorem, okay, that's the second postulate that we have in identifying or proving that the two triangles are congruent. So let's proceed with the third postulate that we have. Okay. So the third postulate that we have, the side between two angles. The angle side angle or the ASA postulate. If two angles and the included side of one triangle are congruent to two angles and the included side of another triangle, then the two triangles are congruent. So dapat nasa gitna si side ng dalawang angles that are congruent. Hindi pwedeng sabihin or you cannot identify that the two triangles is congruent using the ASA kung si side nandito. Okay? It should be between two congruent angle for you to identify that the two triangles given are congruent using the ASA postulate. For example, we have this two triangle. You can easily identify these two triangles are congruent since merong symbol kay angle at kay side without the measurement. Okay, so side ABC or triangle ABC and triangle DEF are congruent because of the corresponding side or corresponding parts of the triangle wherein angle B is congruent to angle E. Side AB is congruent to side DE, and the angle A is congruent to angle D. Since merong symbol between the angles and the side. So the same for you to identify kahit hindi pare-parehas ang measurement ni angle at ni side to the other given triangle, for you to prove that the two triangles are equal using the ASA, you're just going to get the proportion of the two triangles. The same of what we are doing with SSS, with SAS. So, ganun din ang gagawin kay SAA, kay ASA. So that's the third theorem that we have. For example, we have this triangle. For example, we're going to prove that these two triangles are congruent using the ASA postulate. Say we have triangle ABC and triangle DEF. So for example, a side AB measures 15 centimeter. Angle A measures 30 degrees. Angle B measures to 60 degrees. And side DE measures to 5 centimeter. Angle D measures to 10 centimeter. And angle E measures to 20 centimeter. So for example, that is the measurement of the angle and the side of our triangle. And we're going to prove that these two triangles are congruent using the SAS. Okay. The ASA postulate. Angle, side, angle. Since ang given, dalawang angle and the included side of the triangle. So let's start with our first angle. Angle A corresponding to angle D. So angle A measures 30 degrees and the angle D measures to 10 degrees. So 30 divided by 10 is equal to 3. So that's the proportion between angle A and angle D. Side AB corresponding to side DE, which measures 15 centimeter, and side DE measures 5 centimeter. So 15 divided by 5 is equal to 3. So it's the same ratio. The last angle that we have, which is angle B, corresponding to angle E. Angle B measures 60 degrees, and the angle E measures to 20 degrees. So 60 divided by 20 is also equal to 3. So they have the same proportion, which is equal to 3. So triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF. Okay? So the same lang ang process in proving. You're just getting the proportion of the corresponding parts of the triangle that we have. Kahit anong postulate pa ang meron tayo. Or whatever postulate you're going to use to prove that the two triangles are congruent. Okay, but you're also going to identify the postulates that you use depending on the given parts of the triangle that is measured. Well, so let's proceed with the last postulate or theorem that we have to prove that the two given triangles are congruent. The last postulate that we have is the angle-angle side. See, angle-angle side is not the same with angle side angle. Hindi sila same, ha? Si angle side angle is not the same with your AAS or angle-angle side. Kasi si ASA, si side, nasa gitna ng dalawang angle. While si AAS, si side, nasa pagitan or katabi ng isang angle that is given. Okay, that's the difference between the two. Hindi sila the same, ha? If two angles and the non-included side of one triangle are congruent to two angles and the corresponding non-included side of another triangle, then the triangles are congruent. Just like the triangle that we have, triangle ABC and triangle DEF. For example, we have this triangle, triangle ABC and triangle DEF. Okay, looking at the symbols for the angles and the side of the triangle, the corresponding or the congruent parts of this triangle, angle A is congruent to angle B, angle B is congruent to angle E, and side BC is congruent to side EF. Okay, so this is the application of the postulate angle-angle side. Okay?
You just shut Jeremy down again.
Yeah, it's Teacher Jeremy. I think Teacher Jeremy wants to talk to you.
It's not. Yeah, it's okay.
Naririnig ko si ang pinapagalitan lagi si Gabby.
Ay.
Okay? So we have 4 theorems that we can use to prove that the two given triangles are congruent. The SSS, the SAS, the ASA, and the AAS. Okay, yan ang 4 na postulate that you can use to prove that the two given triangles are congruent. Kahit hindi pare-parehas ang measurement ng side or even the angle, you can still prove that the two given triangles are congruent by just identifying the proportion of the corresponding parts of the triangle. Okay? For example, we have this triangle.